Hey Bears fans, I'm Dustin Davis, and welcome to another video. The Chicago Bears enter the season with ambition and expectation, but also with a set of pressing questions that extend far beyond Week 1. The organization has invested in coaching, reshaped key areas of the roster, and taken steps toward building a contender. Yet beneath the optimism lies a reality the franchise cannot escape. There are still cracks that demand attention. Every position group carries its own intrigue, from the defense that needs sustained pressure to a secondary facing future contract decisions to a backfield already stretched thin by injuries. The Bears have the foundation of a playoff-caliber team, but they remain at crossroads where long-term planning must be balanced against the immediate demands of competition. And with that big-picture tension set, let's dive into where the Bears' journey truly begins, their draft strategy. Firstly, can I ask for your help? Just leave a like. So many of you watch us daily, and forget that thumbs up. It's a humble way to support and helps more than you know. Thanks a lot. Chicago's general manager, Ryan Poles, was in attendance at the Texas versus Ohio State game on August 30th, and the spotlight may have been fixed on one standout talent above all, Ohio State safety Caleb Downs. For those immersed in college football, Downs is already a familiar name. For those less tuned in, he is on the verge of becoming unavoidable, the type of player destined to arrive in the NFL as an immediate force. Downs might be the premier safety in the country, one who could potentially finish his collegiate career with back-to-back college football playoff championship game victories. A unanimous All-American in 2024, he is well on track to repeat the honor in 2025, USA Today's Jeffrey A. Knox wrote on August 30th. One general manager in attendance echoed the sentiment in comments shared with Jordan Schultz. He's got some Earl Thomas and Eric Berry to him, just a special player. The question for Chicago becomes whether this is the type of player they need to monitor closely with future plans in mind. Downs is a lock for the first round. Downs has shown consistency at every stop. As a true freshman at Alabama in 2023, he immediately emerged as a cornerstone of the Crimson Tide defense, leading the team with 107 tackles, including 4 for loss, while adding 2 interceptions. His move to Ohio State after that year only solidified his status. With the Buckeyes in 2024, he totaled 81 tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, and electrified fans with a 79-yard punt return touchdown against Indiana. ESPN Craft analyst Mel Kiper projects Downs to become the highest drafted safety in well over a decade. He wrote on August 31st, "We've seen standout safeties go in the top 20 despite it not being a premium position. Kyle Hamilton went 14th in 2022. Minkah Fitzpatrick went 11th in 2018 ahead of Derwin James Jr. Jamal Adams went 6th overall in 2017. Downs is poised to eclipse them all and become the highest safety taken since Eric Berry went 5th in 2010. That comparison puts Downs in rare company. Per ESPN research, Berry was only one of 6 safeties taken in the top 5 of the modern draft era, a list that includes Kenny Easley, Benny Blades, Ricky Dixon, Eric Turner, and Sean Taylor. The Bears have already been linked to Downs on multiple occasions. Reports from the spring placed Ryan Poles at Ohio State Pro Day, watching him up close. That extended interest suggests Chicago's front office has been tracking him well before the season began. The logic is clear. Kevin Byard is signed only through 2025 on a short-term contract, and Jaquan Brisker's rookie deal concludes after this season. If one or both depart, Chicago would be staring at a significant void in its secondary. Beyond simple roster need, the scheme fit is compelling. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen is known for his disguise-heavy approach, pressure variations, and reliance on split safety alignments. Such a system demands versatile players, capable of covering multiple responsibilities, exactly what Downs provides. To secure him, the Bears would likely need to move up in the 2026 draft unless their record drops dramatically. Still, given his talent and the looming uncertainty at safety, Downs represents a player too valuable for Chicago to ignore. While the secondary requires future planning, Chicago's present defense has a glaring shortcoming: the lack of a dominant edge rusher. Entering the season, that weakness stands out as perhaps the team's most urgent concern. A few veteran free agents remain available, including Zadarius Smith and Jadeveon Clowney, but players over 30 rarely receive long-term contracts at this stage. Teams typically rely on them for situational roles, often at significant one-year costs. Chicago may have a larger play in mind, one that could serve as an answer to the Green Bay Packers' headline-making acquisition of Micah Parsons. That opportunity lies in Cincinnati's Trey Hendrickson, who will hit free agency in March. Hendrickson spent much of the offseason at odds with the Bengals front office. While the two sides eventually reached the compromise by restructuring his contract to a $29 million figure for 2025, they did not secure him beyond that point, setting up free agency next spring. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox ranked him as the number 3 free agent in the 2026 class and projected a 3-year, $100 million deal. That level of demand is hardly surprising. Hendrickson has been one of the league's most consistent producers, posting 17.5 sacks in each of the past 2 years and generating nearly 80 pressures. He accomplished all of this without the luxury of an elite supporting cast. While his age makes surpassing TJ Watt's deal unlikely, Hendrickson is positioned to earn a contract not far behind. Bears would likely offer fewer years and dollars than the Packers did for Parsons. Age will be a factor in negotiations, but Hendrickson has proven he remains an elite performer. Younger and more productive than Smith and Clowney, he's collected 4 straight Pro Bowl accolades, earned first-team All-Pro recognition in 2024, and finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Other teams have not hesitated to pay edge rushers into their 30s. The Steelers rewarded Watt, the Browns extended Myles Garrett, and the Packers handed Parsons a massive 4-year extension. Knox forecast Hendrickson landing a 3-year deal at roughly $33.3 million annually, mirroring Watt's terms. The Browns gave Garrett 4 years, while Parsons received 4 from Green Bay. If Hendrickson continues to produce at his current pace in 2025, and if the Bears position themselves outside of range for top 2026 draft pass rushers, then Hendrickson could represent Chicago's best free agency swing, a calculated gamble designed to close the gap in the NFC North.
Not all of Chicago's roster decisions revolve around defense. Offensively, injuries have already tested the Bears' backfield depth before the season even begins. DeAndre Swift is the unquestioned starter, but Roschon Johnson and rookie Kyle Monongai are sidelined, while Travis Homer has been placed on injured reserve. During one recent practice, Swift stood alone as the only healthy running back from the 53-man roster. That reality underscores just how precarious the depth situation has become. Entered Damian Martinez, a rookie on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. Though he entered the NFL without a premium draft pedigree, his college resume is impressive, and he offers the type of skill set Chicago currently lacks. Martinez wasted little time making his mark at Oregon State. As a freshman in 2022, he racked up 982 yards while averaging 6.1 yards per carry, closing the season with several hundred-yard performances. His sophomore season was even stronger. In 2023, he amassed 1,185 yards and 9 touchdowns, notching 600-yard games. Following the Pac-12's collapse, Martinez transferred to Miami in 2024, where he again surpassed 1,000 yards, this time at 6.3 yards per carry with 10 touchdowns against ACC defenses. Over his college career, Martinez forced more than 130 missed tackles. Seattle selected him in the 7th round, but a crowded backfield pushed him to the practice squad after cutdowns. Practice squad players remain available to sign to active rosters, and the Bears' current shortage makes Martinez an appealing option. He could take early down and short yardage carries, giving Swift relief and rebalancing the offense until Johnson and Monongai return. Martinez's appeal extends beyond short-term coverage. He is young, inexpensive, and experienced in handling heavy workloads at major programs. If he adjusts quickly to NFL speed, he might not just fill a temporary role. He could legitimately challenge Johnson for the RB2 spot. Johnson, after all, has faced back-to-back seasons of injury interruptions. If Martinez proves himself in pass protection and shows the same finishing power he displayed in college, Chicago may see a competition for meaningful snaps. With both backs built similarly in size and playing style, that battle could reshape the depth chart. For now, Martinez remains a name to watch, a cost-effective addition who could bring much-needed stability and possibly spark a larger conversation about the future of the running backs rotation. Even as the Bears evaluate long-term options and offensive reinforcements, the urgency to strengthen the pass rush has not gone away. In fact, it may be the most immediate concern as the season begins. Chicago opens on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings, a stage that heightens scrutiny. Optimism exists following an active offseason and the arrival of head coach Ben Johnson, but unresolved roster gaps still loom large. The inability to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks could define whether Chicago remains competitive in 2025. One solution may lie not in signing aging free agents, but in swinging a trade for a younger, ascending player. Veteran beat writer Gene Chamberlain has floated New England Patriots defensive end Keion White as a trade candidate worth consideration. Rather than relying on aging veterans for one-year stopgaps, Chamberlain argued Chicago could aim for a player entering their prime with room to grow. White recently slid down New England's depth chart, but brings an intriguing mix of size, athleticism, and flashes of disruptive play. In 2024, he played all 17 games, recording 56 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 passes defended, numbers that reflect both activity and potential. At 26 years old, White could be worth a third-round draft pick, the price Chamberlain suggested. In Chicago's system with coaching support and a fresh start, he might translate his physical tools into more consistent production. His length, explosiveness, and ability to hold edges would complement interior rushers and create a more dynamic defensive front. Any trade carries risk. White's inconsistency is well documented, and a new system could either unlock him or highlight the same shortcomings. But the combination of age, upside, and relatively modest acquisition cost makes him an intriguing option. As Week 1 approaches, speculation around potential moves is unlikely to subside. With defensive pressure remaining a critical need, a deal for a player like White could offer Chicago the balance of immediate impact and long-term value, a move that can make the Bears' defense not just functional, but dangerous. I want to know about you. When trade rumors surface around potential roster moves, do you see them as necessary steps for competing now or distractions that could unsettle a developing team? Which of these names would you bring to Chicago? What do we need to reinforce? Leave a comment. Don't forget, like and subscribe to join our fan base and stay up to date. Let's grow stronger with Bears. Until next time.